Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Aiden, from Cartoon Apocalypse, and today I'm here to talk about the episode Miracular, which aired yesterday in Spain. Now, if you haven't seen this episode, I highly recommend it. It's a really great episode. This is honestly one of my favorite episodes in Season 3. This has been, if it really honestly felt like a finale, and that's really crazy. So I'm here to just talk about my thoughts about it, and wow, this episode is really crazy. Now before I start this video, I did want to say that we have some news as far as the Time Tagger release date for an English dub. Miraculous World Network tweeted out saying, Time Tagger is also coming to Disney Spain on May 25th at 10:45 a.m. local time. Now that is in 2 Saturdays, so not this next Saturday, in the one following this upcoming Saturday, again the 25th, and I converted that time to EST, and that is 4:45 a.m. So by the time you wake up that Saturday, it's most likely going to be out. Again, this could change, but that's what we have right now. And again, this episode is coming out in just a couple of days. Actually, this Saturday, but that's going to be in French. So in 2 Saturdays, we will be getting the English dub, and that's really good news. Now this episode features Mayura, which I honestly did not expect to see too much of her. And if you've watched the episode and you're like, it really feels like we missed a couple episodes, that's because it does feel like that. I was thinking the same thing, like, there's really some things that just really feels like we missed a couple episodes. And here's the thing, if we look at the production codes, Miracular is actually only 309, and we've seen every single episode leading up to that production code, except for one, which is Reflect Doll, which is 305. So really we haven't technically missed anything as far as the production codes go. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that's the order that they're supposed to be in, but that does show you that since this show relies less on continuity, they just got to implement these things and be like, hey, accept that this is a thing now, and then the next episode it's like, oh, that thing never happened. So that's really interesting. Now, another thing on that continuity part though, we did see Lila talking with Gabriel, and that was a big sign because it was showing that what we saw in Oni-chan as far as Lila helping out Gabriel, that shows that is a thing, and they're actually going to be implementing that. And season 3 has slowly been taking steps to a more continuity based, idea, and that's really great to see. So we really just have to wait and see where the show goes, because if a lot of episodes are like this episode, Miracular, this show is going to be really good, because this episode, like I said, feels really like a finale. We saw all of the heroes, which up until this point really haven't been used very much, and they had a good reason to use them. It wasn't just like, oh, well, since we're not using those heroes, let's just throw them in just to, mix things up a little bit. There was an actual threat, and they needed those extra heroes to help them out. Not only that, again, we saw Mayura. She was out in the flesh, and this is something that I really like. We had no idea that Mayura would actually do this, but Mayura is going to be a character who's out and about, and that's really cool because we've really never had a constant villain that's been out and about. We've always just had these random villains that Hawkmoth was sending out to do the work for him, but now we have Mayura, and now the heroes have a face, and they say, hey, this person's the bigger priority, let's go ahead and go for them. Not only that, having Mayura out there as well as an akumatized victim, that means that there is 2 people out on the battlefield, and that requires more heroes because Ladybug and Cat Noir already struggle just with one villain, but now if there's 2 people out there that they have to fight, they can actually start to use these new heroes that they've started to develop. And that's really good because, again, like I said, we haven't really seen much of those heroes except for the really important episodes. And that's really good that we actually get to start to see them get some airtime, because, again, having these heroes, you can't just introduce something and then never show them again. That's just not how things work. It's really cool. Now, one of the main focuses of this episode was pretty much explaining on why Chloe wasn't going to get her Be Miraculous again, but at the end of the episode, she did say that she will always be Queen Bee, and she will be there, and the heroes will need her again at some point. and I don't think they're just not gonna give Chloe the Queen Bee Miraculous. Again, if this show stays towards this non-continuity based show, we're not gonna be seeing the heroes again relatively soon. Again, I have no idea, but this is showing that she will come back only when she's really needed, and it won't be very many episodes, I don't think. But that's true for most of the heroes. I don't think we'll be seeing them too much in the show, but who knows? We can just hope that they come around again, because if every single episode was like this show would be really good. Now, I wanted to talk about this Senti monster thing because we still don't exactly know what Mayura's powers are, but from what I've seen, I can make the assumption that her powers take the emotion that someone has and turn that into a physical embodiment of kind of what that emotion is. So, for example, August was angry that he wasn't getting any lollipops, and so the Senti monster turned into a giant lollipop thing that just wanted probably to destroy things because it was angry, in quotation marks, that it didn't have lollipops, even though it was just angry. It wasn't angry for any reason. It was just, I guess it technically did have a reason, but the reason was because August was angry, and that's why it was going to attack things. That's my guess, at least. It doesn't exactly work with Hawkmoth's, because Hawkmoth's, he was feeling sad and he needed protection, and so that's kind of what happened. So I don't exactly know. Again, we'll have to see a couple more occurrences of Mayura to really get a solid idea of what her powers do, but for the most part, it takes someone's emotions and turns it into something else. That's a very basic description of what it does. Now, we also kind of learned what Hawkmoth's true plan for the Season 3 finale is. Now, we actually do have the synopsis for said Season 3 finale, but I do want to talk about what that is. Basically, in this episode, Hawkmoth was saying, oh, we need Chloe. Our real hope is going to be getting Chloe with the Bee Miraculous and using that against them, and that's kind of what his plan is to use Chloe with the Bee Miraculous to either get the Bee Miraculous or use her with the Bee Miraculous and pretty much do a repeat of, the Queen's Battle 3-episode special. Now, if we look at the finale synopsis, the first part is Ladybug and Cat Noir challenge the bourgeois couple, now Love Eater, a two-headed Kerberos that devours all of the love in Paris. And the part 2 synopsis is Hawkmoth akumatizes Chloe into Miracle Queen to put in place a fatal plan. Will Ladybug and Cat Noir escape it? So yeah, there we go. Chloe and the bourgeois couple, which are her parents, are getting akumatized again, and I mean, I guess I'm okay with it. It makes sense from like a strategical standpoint, but again, using Chloe as another plot hook, I don't know. It just feels like it's reused, and I'd rather see more stuff with Lila, in my opinion, because Lila's like becoming this ally to Gabriel. Like, ooh, what if she actually got something? I don't know. What I think would be cool is if Hawkmoth's goal was to obtain the Bee Miraculous and then give that to Lila so that he would have essentially 3 people fighting the heroes at one time. Now that would be pretty cool in my opinion. Now, another thing that I wanted to mention is that Chloe resisted Hawkmoth's akumatization, and that was really cool. It shows that Chloe is starting to get a noble heart, and she is fit to be a superhero. Even though she's not really the best yet, she can eventually grow to become someone better, and that's something that I think will be interesting to see if she eventually does grow out of this, like, being really jerky phase. But yeah, overall, this was one of the best episodes in Season 3, if not the entire show, because honestly, if we're just basing it off of plot-filled episodes, there's not very many, and this one certainly is really good because it features a lot of continuity-based themes, and yeah, that's something that I really enjoy. And it's these little hints that really get me excited for the future of the show. So hopefully we will actually see some more of these little hints, and maybe, halfway through the season we can actually get a nice continuity based thing. I don't know, just it's nice to see that they're adding at least a little bit of continuity, and that's a good sign. But anyway, that's gonna be it for me. If you did enjoy, you can leave a like and subscribe for more content similar to this. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to stay updated on all of the news relating to Miraculous, because I will update you on all of the news. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.